So, the big question is, how will Ahsoka get to the new galaxy? Is it from her hand? Is there a second map? Well, I think you might have an idea. What if I were to tell you that Ahsoka will get to the new galaxy through the world between worlds? What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Cantina Talk. So, a lot of people have been wondering how Ahsoka will get to the new galaxy, and everyone seems to be saying by the burn mark on her hand. Well, I'm here to tell you that that isn't the case. I'm going to disprove that to you guys all right now. So, with that, the burn is mostly on her glove and some of her fingertips. But, as we all know, the orb itself does not have the location on it. It has to physically be opened, and therefore, there is no way that the indentation that was made from the burning on her hand would be able to open the map. This is just the outside engravings of it, and therefore, it has no merit when it comes to the location. Secondly, there's not enough damage that would be done to her hand to show her the way there. It would be mostly on her fingertips and her glove, once again, so there is no way that that could be recreated in the galaxy-like structure. This would be impossible. Now, for how Ahsoka's going to get there, I do have a theory, and I think there's a lot of merit with it. So, we all know that Ahsoka is in the world between worlds with Anakin. I believe this episode is going to heavily revolve around the world between worlds and Anakin's fate, and all the trauma that Ahsoka has to live with due to her loss of Anakin. I definitely believe that we're going to see some sort of Clone Wars flashback of Anakin training Ahsoka, as well as maybe even a Mustafar fight between Anakin and Ahsoka, and Anakin is going to tell her, no matter what she would have done, no matter who was there, at this point in time, Anakin was too far gone, and it would have ultimately still been the same outcome. Even Ahsoka walking away from Anakin, it would not be the reason for his turn. Ultimately, it was his fear of losing Padme. So with that, I believe Ahsoka's going to come to terms with everything, and then Ahsoka's going to try and figure out how to get back. Ahsoka's going to tell Anakin that she cannot get back, and that she had failed. But I believe Anakin is going to have one less lesson for Ahsoka. I believe that Anakin is going to show Ahsoka that there is still a temple on Thrawn's Chimera. This is where she could exit. We know that Ezra had destroyed it, but at the same time, so was the temple on Malachor, where Ahsoka had exited the world between worlds when Ezra had pulled her out. So, with that, I believe that Ahsoka is going to exit the world between worlds through the Jedi Temple from Lothal. That was part of the archaeological site that is on Thrawn's ship, where Ezra was there with the Emperor. And with that too, the only person that was able to access the world between worlds was Ezra. Once Ezra had opened it, however, people were able to come through, like Ahsoka, for example, and Palpatine, especially Palpatine. Palpatine was even able to stick his entire forearm through it, but that was only after Ezra had opened it. And we did see also that it closed after Ezra had exited. But with that, projection of Palpatine that was on Thrawn's ship in the Jedi Temple area was needing Ezra to reopen it so that he can access it. Palpatine has no clue how to open it and no longer was able to open it. So therefore, there's still a way out, but not a way in, and that way out would be how Ahsoka ends up in the new galaxy. I believe that the Chimera will still be intact, and honestly, I think that Thrawn will actually have an army of his own and is actively hunting for Ezra wherever they are. In my mind, I would like to think it's like this jungle area, and Ezra's out there on his own, having to hide and survive. And I think that Ahsoka is going to reunite with him, and with that too, I believe the hyperspace ring is going to dock onto Thrawn's flagship, and that's how they're going to bring it back to the galaxy, along with Thrawn and his army. And either Ahsoka and Ezra are going to be aboard, hiding the way through that, or by a means of something else. But that's going to be for a different video. I just wanted to debunk the burning of Ahsoka's hand being the way that she gets this new galaxy, because there's no way in hell I believe that that is possible. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below. And also, this Sunday, Jar Jar Jargon, Star Wars Sith, and myself will be having an episode of Cantina Jargon out. We're going to be going over this crazy episode, and I hope to see some of you guys out there. Without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and remember to get yourself some Cantina Talk merch. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and lastly, may the Force be with you all.